A very good morning, everyone. My name is Gaurav Shresht, and today we have a webinar on a very interesting and very important topic, which is securities lending and borrowing. So this is the product which is very helpful for our long-term investor or even a medium-term investor who have bought a stock and they want to earn an extra income from the stock which is lying in their demat account. Okay, so this is basically a product by which you can earn an extra income without doing any kind of an investment, without doing any kind of an extra investment, and without taking any kind of a market risks, just by lending the stock that is lying in your demat account. Okay, so we will go through the entire basic of this product, how you can see the rates available for the every stock, how you can start lending and borrowing, how you can place an order, and what is SLBM. So we will cover all the basic of securities lending and borrowing in this webinar, and at the end we will have a FAQ and a Q&A session, where you can ask your question, clear your doubt, and get more clarity regarding the product. So starting with our presentation, SLBM, securities lending and borrowing, is a temporary lending of a securities by a lender to a borrower of a securities for a stimulated duration of us at a certain fee. So what this basically means, this graph, I hope all of you can see it. On the left hand side you can see a lender, and on the right hand side you can see a borrower. Okay, now a lender is basically mostly are the long-term investor who have a share in their account, and they want to lend their share, want to put the share on rent for a monthly or a 2-monthly basis, and want to earn an extra income. So what they do through the SLBM product, they give the share to a borrower and they earn an income. Just to give the share for a 1 month or a 2-month period, they will get an income. Now, why someone will give you an income? So who is a borrower? A borrower are the arbitrator who use your share for some kind of an arbitrage strategy mostly. Now again, the borrower can be someone who is who have a shortfall of a stock and who need a stock for a short term, but mostly they are arbitrator who need a stock for a short term strategy, for an arbitrage strategy. So these are the two main participants in the SLBM, lender and the borrower. Mostly the lenders are the long-term investor, and the borrowers are mostly arbitrator. So this is an SLBM basic, a list, a basic participant, a lender, and the borrower, and this is how they function. Now the main features of SLBM is that the transaction carried out in the SLBM is guaranteed by the clearing corporation, NSCCL. Thus, it does not carry any counterparty risk. So what this means? All the transaction done in the SLBM. Now, obviously, when you are a lender and when you are giving a share to a borrower, you always need some kind of a guarantee that the stock will be returned back to you. So for that guarantee, NSCCL is the body of exchange which stands for National Security Clearing Corporation Limited. They act as a guarantor for the entire transaction. So you don't have to worry about a counterparty risk. More than 370 stocks is available on the NSE SLBM platform. Now this list keeps on changing from time to time on a monthly basis, and this list is again updated on the NSE website. The general thumb rule is that all the around FNO stocks are eligible and all the A group stocks are eligible, and there are few more stocks which are added and subtracted on a month basis. The contract available for the SLBM is from a 1 month to a 12-month period. So just like in future and option contract, you have a monthly contract for SLBM. So right now the October month is going on. So you will have November month contract, December month contract, January month contract, and you will have a contract up to the next month, next year October, next year September. So you have basically 12-month contracts, but mostly the liquidity is available only in the first 2 months. So we will give you the live example also, the latest example also going forward. So the things will become much more clear on that. The fourth feature is that STT and SEBI turnover fee are not applicable in SLBM. Now participate in SLBM, as we have discussed earlier, NSCCL work as a guarantor for the entire transaction. There is lender, there is borrower, and there is a broker for both of them. So the lender will also have a broker, a borrower will also have a broker, and NSCCL will look after the entire transaction. Now, what is the benefit of lenders in the entire transaction? So the benefit, the main benefit for the lenders are that it helps you to give an additional income on your idle portfolio. Okay, it's help you to earn an extra income on your idle portfolio. If you have a stock, or if you have bought 5 to 10 stock for, let's say, 5-year, 10-year period, and you want to earn an extra income on that without trading, or without doing any kind of a or without taking any kind of a market risk. So what you can do, you can lend those stock in SLBM and earn an extra income. So this is the main benefit for our lenders. There is no minimum limitation or minimum quantity to lend. You can lend even 1 quantity, you can lend even 1,000 quantity, depending on you. Lenders are entitled for all the corporate action like dividend, bonus, etc. Bonus and the stock split comes directly into your account, whereas in a case of a bonus, right issue and all, what happens basically is in those events, the contract get closed in between. So we will cover those points again when we will discuss the different series and different kind of a contract for SLBM. But in general, just for your understanding, we can understand that dividend and stock splits come directly in your account. There is no impact on the SLBM contract. In case of a right issue and bonus, the contract will get closed in between. Okay. No counterparty risk, as all the transaction is guaranteed by the Clearing Corporation Limited, NSCCL. Transaction done in SLBM will not be treated as a transfer or a sale. Okay, so the stock moves out of your Demat account, but it will not be considered as an sale transaction or a transfer of a share from your account to some other account. It will just be a normal transaction for a SLBM. Now, what are the benefit of a borrower? Again, the main question that will arise that why someone will pay you for 1 month or 2 months just for taking a share. So what are the benefit that is there for a borrower, and who can be a borrower? So as we have said it before, the most of the borrowers are arbitrager. They use the arbitrage opportunity of a price difference between the cash and the derivative market. Just to give you an example, in case the cash price is trading above the future price, in that scenario, what they will do, they will short sell in a cash market, they will buy in a future market. And to short sell the stock in a cash market, they will require a share, and so that they will take it from the SLBM. This is one of the examples. There can be many other kind of arbitrage strategy, and for which they might need a stock. SLBM enables short selling of a securities which is not available in a derivative segment. So let's suppose there's a stock which is banned in future and option for a temporary period, or there is a stock which is not available in the future and option, and someone want to short sell those stocks. So what they can do, they can borrow the stock from SLBM, and then they can short sell it. And after a 1 month period or whatever the contract duration is, they can square up their position in the open market, and they can deliver the stock back into the SLBM lender. So even the stock which is not available in future and option, for short selling those stock, they can use the SLBM product. The third main benefit for the SLBM is to enable to meet an obligation in case of a shortage of a delivery, or to avoid an auction, or to any other obligation arising out of a physical settlement. So even for those scenarios, there can be a borrower who might want to borrow a stock for a short term to avoid any kind of a physical settlement or any kind of a shortage in delivery. Now again, the borrowers have a certain liabilities. They have to keep a margin of 125%. Now this is a very important thing. If borrowers is borrowing a 1 crore worth of a share, they have to keep a margin of 125%. For lenders, there is no such margin. Only on the settlement holiday day, the lenders have a margin obligation. Otherwise, the borrower have a margin obligation on all the days. So if someone is borrowing a stock, he had to keep a cash of 125% in this account. Only then he will be able to borrow the stock. Also, he have to maintain that M2M. So if the stock price goes up, he have to maintain the 125% of that stock. So as a borrower, there is a lot of liabilities. Whereas as a lender, There is no such liabilities. You just have to lend your share. Now, the first and the most important thing before starting an SLBM is to get an SLBM privilege. So how you can get an SLBM privilege? First of all, you should have an HDFC Securities account. This is very important. Once you have an account with us, you can just you have two ways to get an SLBM privilege. One is the online and another is an offline. The offline process is that you can download a form from our website. It is a 6-page form. No other supportive document is required if in case you are going it the offline way. And you can submit the form in the nearest branch, or directly you can send it to the address mentioned in the form itself. There is an online process also which is available. So for online process, you can directly go to our website. In your screen, you can see the HDFC Securities website. Just go there, click on a product section, the third option after market and research. Once you click on product, you will get a list of different products. So in that, you have to go to equity. In equity, you have to go to the third last option, securities lending and borrowing. You can see in equity the third last option, securities lending and borrowing. Once you go in securities lending and borrowing, a different page will open up. It will have a basic idea regarding the product, and then it will have the benefits and FAQ and how to get privilege section. Click on how to get privilege. Once you click on how to get privilege, you will get two options, online as well as offline. So you have to click on the online one. Once you click on the online, it will ask you for a login credential. Once you log in, for an online privilege, you have to upload one document. Either it can be a 6-month bank statement or your there are 6 lists of documents. One of them you can download it, and then you can in 2 days time your SLBM privilege will get activated. So there are 2 ways to activate. One is the offline and another is the online one. Generally, you can prefer to go with the online one since the Codian and everything is still not working very smoothly. It will be advisable that you can go directly to the online to our website and get your privilege activated from there only. In a 2 days time, your SLB privilege will get activated, and then you can start putting your order. For order placement, you have to give your confirmation to your relationship manager on a recorded line from your register number. Once you have given a confirmation, rest of the process will go through. In case you don't have a relationship manager, you can directly call our central dealing desk, CDD, and you can give an order placement to them also. Currently, SLBM order can be placed only offline and cannot be placed from our website or mobile application. So you have to give an order to your relationship manager or to the central dealing desk. Now, how to check the live rate available? Now, again, you can get a live quote from the relationship manager also. But apart from that, you can also check the live rate by yourself in the NSE website under SLBM segment. So how to check that? You have to go to the NSE website. In that, you can go to the market watch in market data. In market data, you can go to securities lending and borrowing. In that, you can see the series B option, and you can select the latest month or the second month contract. So right now you have November and the December month, 2 active months. So you can go with the December month contract, and this is how it looks. So just to share with you the example how you can calculate the profit, you can see the example of PVR. On the left hand side, you can see the stock name PVR, and then you can see the quantity and the price. So you can see in the price 10 rupees is shown in the PVR, 4,000 quantity. What this means basically, for every stock that you have in your account of a PVR, you can get 10 rupees per share. So if I have let's say 100 quantity, I can get 100 into 10 as an income. So 100 into 10 will be approx 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees will be my gross income that I will get it for lending a PVR for a monthly basis. And this is since this is a December month contract, what this means, I will get back my share in the first Thursday of December. So this is how you can calculate your profit and how you can calculate your profit. Same example with Apollo Hospital, you can see 20 rupees in a best bid. So what this means, if I have 1 share of Apollo Hospital and if I'm lending 1 share, I will get 20 rupees for a month. HDFC Bank, you can see 1.80 as in bid. Chola Finance, you can get it 1 rupees. Cummins Industry, you can get it 1 rupees. The quantity on the left hand side is there. That is the current quantity available of a borrower. Now again, this is as per the closing of 12th October. The closing as of the Friday. This is not a live data because today being a Sunday, obviously you cannot have a live trading done. On a weekdays from Monday to Friday, the market for the SLBM opens from 9:15 to 5 in the evening. Okay, so it does not get closed in the 3:30. It's open up to 5 in the evening. Now, how to calculate the SLBM brokerage and other charges? It's very simple. To calculate the SLBM brokerage and other charges, we have given this table. So to take example of PVR only, which is trading at 10 rupees right now, which is trading at 10 rupees at the last trading done on the Friday. So let's suppose you have 1,000 quantity of PVR and you have lended at a 10 rupees. The total lending fee that you have got is around 10,000. Now out of which 15% of a profit will go in a brokerage. So 1,500 rupees will go in a brokerage and the GST will be 18% on the brokerage. So 270 rupees will more be deducted and the net income that will come will be 8,230 rupees. So this is how you can calculate the brokerage and other charges. There is one more charges which is the bank demat outgoing charges. So on a T+1 day, 8,230 rupees is what you will get it in your saving account, and then on a monthly basis you have a demat outgoing charges also that will be debited from your account directly from a bank. So this is the charges for the SLBM. So I hope the entire basic of a product is clear and how you can calculate it and what are the advantages of it. Now what we will do, we will start our Q&A session. So on the product or any clarity is required, you can just click on a question mark symbol that you can see at the top of your screen. Enter your name and enter the question that you want to ask. So we will be more than happy to take your question. Mr. Virendra Sharma have asked the question, when was SLBM started? So Virendra, started in the market, it's there for more than a decade. In HDFC, it started somewhere in 2018, almost like 2.5 years ago. Rakesh Jain have a question, what percentage that lender earn per month? So Rakesh is, sorry, I give you an example. So you can see the live example. The income for a lender depends from stock to stock. Currently in PVR, client can get up to 10 rupees, wherein HDFC Bank client can get up to 1.8 rupees per share. So it depends from stock to stock. It also depends from time to time. Narendra Nath Suri have a question, what are the advantages to the lender? What are the risks? So advantages we have already discussed. The main advantage is that you can lend a stock and you can earn an extra income without taking any kind of a market risk. The only risk is that the share move out of your account. So who is the guarantor that the stock will again come back? The guarantor is the NSCCL, National Securities Clearing Corporation, is the guarantor. They take care of the entire risk factor for the lenders as well as for the borrowers. What are the demat charges for SLB? The same demat outgoing charges when you sell the stock after delivery. Whatever the demat charges that is applicable for you, same way when the stock move out of your from a demat account for the SLBM, same charges is applicable. Why there is so high brokerage of 15%, Mr. Ankit? So Mr. Ankit, this 15% is on the profit, not on the transaction. This is a very important thing to understand. The 15% brokerage is on the profit only. If you earn only 100 rupees, so the brokerage will only be 15 rupees. So brokerage will always be the 15% of a lending fee, not of an entire transaction. So this is something that we have to clear. You should not compare this with the secondary market brokerage. This is a very different calculation. This brokerage will only be on your profit, whatever lending fee you have won on that. how to place order? Mr. Shafiq have asked a question. So to place an order, unfortunately, right now you cannot place an order from online or from mobile application. So you can give a confirmation to your RM on a recorded line, or you can call a customer dealing desk. Amitav Jain have a question. Do all the broker offer this service? No, Mr. Amitav. All the broker do not offer this service. AJ Jalan have a question. Please specify demat charges. Is it same as normal trading? Yeah, Mr. AJ. It's same as normal trading. Whenever you do a normal trading and your stock move out of your demat account, you have a demat charges. Same charges for a SLBM also. What are the risks associated with the SLBM as a lender, Ankit? So as we have discussed, the only major risk is that the share move out of your account. So who is the enter that the stock will come back again? So entire process is looked after by the NSE here. What they do, they charge a heavy margin for a borrower so that they don't default, and they look after the entire process. They work as a guarantor for the lender so that the share comes back automatically to your account on an expiry day. Another thing, what is the expiry date? So if you are lending on a monthly contract, let's suppose if you have lended a December month contract, so share will move, the share will come back in your account on a first Thursday of December. Ashwini Agarwal have a question. How liquid is this market? Who keeps the margin collected from the borrower? So the margin is collected by is kept by the exchange. And the liquidity is again something which is a kind of an issue for the SLBM. Like on a daily basis, you can see 5 to 10 stock, which is mostly will have a rate in the SLBM. So the liquidity is something which is not very high on a higher side. The quantity is not a very big issue. You can lend even higher quantity, but the only thing is that the rate should be available, and the rate is not always available in the SLBM for all the stocks. Jaideep Shah have a question. What is the risk if the intermediate agency goes bust? So, Mr. Jaideep, they have to maintain a daily margin, and if in case they've gone bust and they're not able to maintain a margin even for one single day, the contract will get closed and the share will automatically will come in your account the next day. So, as a borrower, they have to maintain a margin on a daily basis. And if for one day they have not maintained a margin with the exchange, the contract will immediately will get closed and you will get back your share on the next day itself. Mayank Pandit have a question. How much expenses are incurred by the borrower? So the borrower, the expenses are kind of the same, 15% on the lending fee plus the GST. The main difference is on the margin. They have to keep a margin of cash for around for the entire contract duration. That is the main difference between the borrower and the lender margin. Apart from that, the expenses is kind of the same. The borrower also, pay the brokerage and the GST, and the lenders also pay the brokerage and the GST on the lending fee. But the only main difference is that the borrower have to keep a heavy margin with the exchange for the entire duration. How the profit will be treated in IT, Mr. Virendra Sharma? Profit will go in your other source of income, and it will be taxable as per your tax slab. So if your income is less than, let's say, if your income is, let's say, 3 lakh rupees on a yearly basis, and you want 1 lakh rupees from SLBM, obviously you will not be required to pay any taxes. If you are earning 30 lakh rupees on a yearly basis and you want more 1 lakh rupees from SLBM, so this 1 lakh rupees will go in your other source of income, will go in your overall income, and then it will be taxed accordingly. For taxes again, it would be advisable if you can take advice from your CA. Mr. Amitabh Mukherjee, what are the risks associated with lending? So Amitabh, as we have discussed, NSCC look after the entire risk part, work as a guarantor for the lender. AK Malik have a same question. How is this taxed? So we have given it how it can be taxed. What is the new series in SLBM rate? There are only two series here, is the question. So Series 1 and Series A and Series B. Series B is something that you have to always look, because it will always have a better rate available. Rishabh Surana have a question. Can you please show me once more how it can activate it? Yeah, Mr. Rishabh, we will show you again. Are there any restriction on exchange, Mr. Sunil Kumar? Mr. Sunil, I'm sorry we're not able to understand your question. What is the total trading value per day now? It depends, Mr. Jairam. It can be different. Suresh, well explained. It was very useful. Thank you, Mr. Suresh. What difference between Series A and Series B? Mr. Shafiq have a question. We will give you an example for that also. Rakesh Jain, whether we have to do it online or offline. Privilege part you can do it online. Order placement you cannot do it online, Mr. Rakesh. Naveen, any capital gain tax liability? No, Mr. Naveen. There is no capital gain tax liability. Rajan missed some part due to technical issues where we can see the recording. Rajan, this video will most probably will be uploaded in our YouTube channel, so you can go to the YouTube and you can see the webinar again. Shreya have a question, very good question. I can see the 3 rates for November. What is the difference? So we will cover that also. There are few questions that is coming from the client. They want to see the online process again and regarding the rates and regarding the cities. So we will cover those points quickly. Regarding an online privilege, how to get an SLBM online privilege from our website. Now this is a very important before starting an SLBM privilege. You can go to our website. In our website, you can go to product. In product, you can go to equity. Okay, before login, all those things you have to do it. In product, you can go to equity. In equity, you have to go to third last option, securities lending and borrowing. In that, you have to go to how to get privilege. How to get privilege once you get there. Now this screenshot is not very clear. In that, you have to click on the online. And that's it. Your online privilege will be done. Now, how to check the live rate? You have to go to the NSE website. Either you can directly call your RM or take a rate from him, or you can go to NSE website, go to market data, go to securities lending and borrowing in market data. There are 2 series, Series A and Series B. Now, what are the difference between them? The Series A, it was the earlier contract, and now they have then actually have introduced Series B. In Series A, whenever any corporate action is announced, the Series A contract will get closed, whereas Series B contract will remain open even during the corporate action such as dividend and stock split. For any other corporate action apart from dividend and stock split, even in Series B, the contract will get closed. Just to give you a main difference between Series A and Series B, you will always get a better liquidity and better rate in Series B. So always go for the Series B only, but that is something that you can decide. Generally, you will always find a better rate in Series A and Series B. In Series B compared to Series A. Now, so one of the client have asked the question, what you can see 3 months of November contract. So what is the difference between them? So you can see in the bottom in the Series B, November N1, normal November and November N2. So N1 and N2 are the rollover contract. Someone who have already done a lending in the October month contract, or sorry, in the November month contract, and they want to roll over their contract. They want to extend their contract from November to December. So they will take a N1. If they want to roll over their contract from November to January, then they will go with the N2. So you guys don't have to see all those things. You only have to see a normal November month contract and normal December month contract. A normal November month means basically a contract on the right hand side of which you can't see anything written. No N1, no N2, a normal contract. So that you can see as a normal contract, November and December. I hope the point is now clear. The calculation part, some of the clients have asked a question on that also. It's very simple. Whatever is the rate you can see on the right hand side, let's say for PVR 10 rupees, and if you are lending one quantity of PVR, so you will get 10 rupees per share. Okay, there is no minimum quantity, there is no lot size. You can lend as much quantity you want on a higher side and as low quantity as you want, given that there is a borrower available. So I hope again I have covered all the basic queries of it. Unfortunately, we have run short of time. There are a few more questions that are coming. We have covered all the question again. Like Mr. Bilab Viswas have a question. Should I have a specific quantity of share? No, Mr. Bilab. Mr. Bishman have a question. I have my entire security with HDFC Securities. Can SLBM SEC do the SLBM on my behalf without my intervention? No, Mr. Bishman. We cannot. You have to give a confirmation. Only then we can place it. Shreya have a question. What is the meaning of spread? So spread is Shreya. Spread is the difference between the spot price and the future price. Spot means the normal cash price. You can see in the example of PVR. In the normal cash market, the PVR is trading at 1272 level. In the future, is trading at around 1248 level. So the difference is around 22 rupees. That's why the spread is 22. It's a cash and future spread. A cash and future difference that you can see it. Ashish Jain have a question. Whenever the stock is in SLBM, what does it indicate? Whether the stock will rise or fall? It depends, Mr. Ashish. In the SLBM, the rate can come for any of the reason. So it's very difficult to say whether the stock will rise or fall just because the rate is available in SLBM. What is the minimum amount required? No minimum amount required. You can lend even one quantity. So yeah, we have covered almost all the points. There are a few more questions that we are not able to take it, but since we have run out of our time, thank you everyone for joining us. I'm hopeful that the session was useful for all of you, and you can at least take the SLBM privilege. Go to the website, take an SLBM privilege. This is the first step, and then you can start ahead, move ahead for the next process. So thank you everyone for joining us. Have a great Sunday and have a great trading week ahead. Thank you everyone, and don't forget to go to our YouTube channel to see more videos like this, and to get updated for the webinar. We will update it more in the upcoming webinar on our website. Thank you everyone.